language related video, and this time I'm going to be talking about the benefits of being bilingual, or the benefits of speaking more than just one language. So even if you haven't been following my channel for very long, you're probably aware that I am kind of in favor of speaking more than one language. But actually there are in fact people who think that bilingualism is bad for you, saying that it kind of confuses people and that they would basically become semilinguals, which means that somebody who doesn't speak either of the languages they know properly. Obviously science nowadays is more on my side than science 100 years ago, but I still think that this is an interesting topic to talk about, and I hope that I can motivate some of you to pick up a second language if you haven't done so already. The first thing is that you can really easily increase the amount of things that you have words for. If you think about it, not every language has the same amount of words and not the same amount of vocabulary, obviously, because there are different concepts maybe and different things that they wouldn't have needed to name in a certain culture or a certain language. So by speaking more than one language, you're generally increasing your awareness of the world around you. You will be introduced not only to different nuances in terms of kind of more abstract words and categories and things like that, but you will also be learning new concepts, entirely new concepts that don't even exist maybe in your mother tongue because your culture never needed to have a word for that particular situation. Usually you will be able to sort of describe it or rephrase it in a different language, but a lot of phrases are very unique to certain languages just because they have never been needed in any other language. An example for that would be things like honnen and tatemae in Japanese. You can definitely describe those two. It's kind of like the inward feeling and the outward appearance of what you're feeling, or like your actual thoughts, but how you would maybe phrase them to somebody else. Like there's maybe two different things, but that concept is like, I don't have just one succinct word for that in English or even in German. That is just entirely Japanese. And yes, there are words in other languages I can use to describe it, but there's nothing that just exactly hits it. And so I think that this is just an amazing way to, in general, broaden your horizon. Number 2, if you're a fan of reading or watching movies or watching TV shows like I am, then being able to speak more than one language means that you have so many more choices. You have infinitely more things that you can consume and that you can listen to, that you can watch, that you can understand, that you can read. And it's freaking amazing. I'm trying to imagine that if I only knew German, I would be only limited to like German movies, German books, and things that have been translated into German. And that doesn't sound very appealing. Next is obviously communication and travel. Especially if you like to travel, if you like to experience different cultures, it is absolutely essential to at least show interest in their language. And I'm not only talking about English, which is kind of the world language. You can usually get by with English in a lot of places, but I'm talking about every language ever, basically. If you at least somewhat try to acquire at least a few phrases in the language of a country you travel to, you're going to have such an easier time. Also, people are going to see that you're trying to make an effort and trying to learn their culture, so they're going to be much more welcoming and much more helpful to you than if you were just like a weird foreigner who's like, I don't know anything, I'm ignorant, I don't care about anything here, I just want to have fun. Like, obviously. Also, you can make so many friends from all over the world, and I mean, yes, you could just stay in your hometown your entire life and hang out with your high school friends, but really, it's so much more like eye-opening to go into the world and to make friends from different countries and different cultures and different backgrounds, and to learn about those people. I think a lot of the problems that we have in today's society kind of come from ignorance, where people just don't have any clue about the other person's culture or the other person's religion or way of thinking or way of living. But by learning the language and by showing interest in the culture, you are kind of building this bridge, literally. It sounds so cheesy, but it's true, between two cultures, and you're kind of making an effort to get to know them. You're making an effort to not be ignorant, and I think that's going to help yourself it's going to help others, it's just going to be an all-around amazing experience for you. And lastly, really quickly, because I mentioned science in the beginning, so nowadays there's actually studies that show that people, especially children who grow up bilingual, are actually smarter than kids who grow up monolingual. Kids like that apparently tend to have better problem-solving skills and tend to do better in situations where they're confronted with a situation that they're not entirely familiar with. And I'm sure that the same could be said for bilingual adults as well. So if you're not already convinced by all of the other things I said, do something good for your brain, get yourself smarter and learn a second language, because it's really awesome. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk on bilingualism. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. I make new videos every single Wednesday, and I'm gonna see you soon. Have a lovely week. Bye! Number 1 is nutritional information on food packaging. Now, yes, that sounds really strange, like what the fuck does that even mean? But seriously, how are there no regulations for this type of thing in Japan? I haven't looked them up, but it seems like there are literally none. You get so many products that have like either no nutritional information, random nutritional information you don't need, but it's kind of confounding and like really weird, and especially in Japanese like style products like Japanese sweets or just traditional kind of Japanese foods, they just will not tell you like how many calories, how much sugar, how much this, how much that. Like, it is so ridiculous. I don't know how they get away with it.